It's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, is a little chit chat about my why I wasn't trying the Janet Collection Passion Twist video, and as well as my conversation surrounding Hair Vivi and Bobby Boss. Now, if you have not caught that video, I will link it up above. I highly suggest you watch that video before watching this video so you can put everything I'm saying into context, or else some of the stuff I'll say won't make any sense. But in that video, there was a pretty lively discussion. I posted some hot fire videos, I thought, in my opinion, that week. Some videos I thought the conversation was going to be jumping in. My crochet hair for swimming and all that. I thought I was going to get some pretty good comments. I got some good comments, but I had over, what, 230 comments on my video about why I wasn't trying the Janet Collection Passion Twist. And I wanted to set some stuff pretty clear in this video because I think there was some confusion a little bit in my reasoning, and I wanted to also address what kind of content creator I am in this video as well. So let's get started. Now, the first thing I wanted to come on and address in this video is that I was not making that video saying why you should boycott Janet Collection. That video wasn't why you shouldn't try Janet Collection Passion Twist. It wasn't why we should all not try Janet Collection Passion Twist. It wasn't why we should boycott Janet Collection. That's not at all what that video was, and I want to make that very clear. The title was why I wasn't trying them. As a content creator and as a crochet hair fully focused content creator, you can imagine I got a lot of requests to try that hair, more requests than I ever got to try any hair on this channel, and I wanted to have a uniform place to direct people to say why I wasn't trying it. It wasn't why you shouldn't try it. It was why specifically I wasn't going to try that hair. And a lot of people, if you notice in the comments, were like, I was one of those people who asked for you to try them. So again, I got a lot of requests. I wanted to have a uniform video to say, hey, I'm going to direct you to here, so I won't have to type out a whole bunch of words of why I'm not trying. It's going to be pretty long to explain. So again, I made that video with no intention of saying nobody ever try anything from Janet Collection. I didn't make that video with any intention on why nobody should try it. I did not start that video to create a boycott for Janet Collection. Not my intention at all. I mean, Jackie Aina has a video about why she's not trying Fashion Nova, why she's over Fashion Nova, why she personally will not be featuring any Fashion Nova on her Instagram, on her YouTube, and all that. You think Fashion Nova is going under because of her video? Oh no, Fashion Nova is still going to be a conglomerate. Fashion Nova is going to still topple the Wet Seals, the Charlotte Russes, maybe even the Forever 21s of the world eventually. So again, she ain't going to take down the whole Fashion Nova empire, and I'm not going to take down the whole Janet Collection empire, and my video wasn't to do that. It was to say again why I wasn't trying a Janet Collection. And again, I don't want you to not try it. I'm one person. You may live in an area where Janet Collection is all you have. I know in some small towns, and I know my hometown specifically, all they have is model. You're not going to find a free dress in my hometown. In Charlotte, we got a whole bunch of free dress, model, Alstrade. We got all the gambit of the hair. But in some small communities, that's all they have is one particular thing. And I don't want anybody to have to go out their way if they live in a Janet Collection heavy city. So that's why I'm never going to say fully boycott, be on the bus, we got to do this. I'm not trying to bring down anything. I'm saying again my opinion on why I'm not going to do anything going forward with Janet Collection. And I referenced Bobby Boss in that video as well, saying that I have not tried Bobby Boss on this channel since December of 2017. You guys have not seen anything Bobby Boss related on my channel for the last year and a half. Nobody really noticed. I was silently not trying Bobby Boss, but you guys know the influencer who made me realize the Bobby Boss scandal and what was going down with Bobby Boss? It was Taste Pink. If you guys notice, she hasn't tried any Bobby Boss on her channel. She ain't made a big deal about it, but she posted on her Instagram the story of what was going on with Natural Babe Pro, how she went, how she had the new locks idea, how she brought it to Bobby Boss, and how they basically said, we're gonna go ahead and take that away from you, Mother Taste Pink. And you guys know I refer to her as Mother Taste Pink, but I am a little bit older than her, but she still is my go-to. She's who I look up to for content creation. So when she made her IG post about what happened with Bobby Boss, I went and I did my research on the situation. I made my own opinion that, hey, I too don't want to try any more Bobby Boss. I wasn't gonna just blindly say, oh yeah, Taste Pink says we're not doing Bobby Boss, we're not doing Bobby Boss. No, I did my research and I made my decision that I didn't want to try Bobby Boss. Again, didn't make a video about it, didn't make a big deal about it, didn't even post on my Instagram that I wasn't trying Bobby Boss anymore. I just decided to not try Bobby Boss anymore. I decided to include it in my last video because I'm a firm believer of the rule of threes, and since I brought up Janet Collection and Hair VV, I said, why not just go ahead and throw my Bobbi Boss in there? And not a lot of people knew I was not trying Bobbi Boss, but I wanted to throw it in there. Not saying that you guys don't try Bobbi Boss. I'm sitting over here and have had the Bobbi Boss new locks for quite some time. Bought Bobbi Boss new locks with my own money a while ago because I really wanted to try them. I get a lot of comments to try this hair, and so I've had it in my collection for a while. It's just been sitting. It ain't a cheap hair. I have like 9 packs. It's about $6.99 a pack. Probably one of the most expensive crochet hair I own, but again, it's just been sitting. And I had a good comment in my last video that was like, I want you to still try the Bobbi Boss new lock, but I want you to definitely add in the story about Bobbi Boss in there, and I want you to try other hairs and try to find dupes for the Bobbi Boss new locks. And I was like, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Now, if you guys are on board with that, please comment down below. If you guys are like, no, please don't even do it, I'll do that as well. I listen to you guys and I take my feedback from you guys. I got a lot of comments, well, they can't sue, ain't nothing they can do. I never used the word sue in my last video. I knew that none of them could sue. I worked at a law firm for 2 years. Now, I wasn't an attorney. I worked in recruiting still, the same field I'm in now, recruiting at my law firm. We are in Charlotte. Bank of America is, of course, the biggest business in Charlotte, so finance was our specialty, but our California office was IP heavy, which is intellectual property, and patents heavy, because in California you have Silicon Valley, you have a lot of tech companies. Patents and IP are huge over there, but I know a little bit of the jargon. I know a little bit of what you can and cannot do. So none of them, if they do not have it trademarked, if they don't have anything registered in their name, they cannot sue. They don't have anything. So I did not say in my video at all that they should sue these companies. They don't have a case, quite frankly. I think the thing about YouTube is that we think that we're talking to our friends. I have about 54,000 of you guys out here who decided to stick with me, to subscribe to me, and in my mind I think it's 54,000 people out there who are my friends, and we are all a family over here. But I have to realize I have people out there like Janet Collections, like brands, who are watching our videos. There are companies out there watching our videos too. They are not all our friends and our family. So I think sometimes we get on here and we get caught up in the moment with sharing, and we want to share the most. But I think this whole hair VV, Bobbi Boss, Janet Collection has been a wake-up call for us out here, that when we share our ideas, we have to do it with the knowledge that it can be ripped from us. When I loan out money, I do it with the intention that I will never see that money back. That money ain't coming back over here anytime I loan out money. Now, if I get it back sometimes, I'm like, okay, a pleasant surprise. But that's the thing about YouTube. We have to get on here and know good and well that somebody could steal our idea, and if they don't, it can be a pleasant surprise. Like, nobody stole my idea. Okay, good. But do it with the intention that people are going to come on here and rip things from you. Now, the thing about the situation that pissed me off the most, especially with Janet Collection, was if you look at the passion twist, they put little dollar signs where the S's were. They put little dollar signs with it. Why would y'all do that? Y'all didn't do it for the Senegalese. They have the whole Nile and Tress, which are a whole braided collection. Passion Twist was one of them. They have the Senegal. I think they have box braids. Why y'all didn't do all them dollar signs for all them other S's? It's because they knew they were wrong. A lot of people were like, well, business is business. Yeah, business is business. What they did wasn't illegal. It wasn't illegal at all. And they did what a business does. They took an idea, but they definitely tried to cover their bases by putting them little dollar signs. If you guys can't recognize what they did, then you guys aren't going to recognize anything. What made me stir up a lot of emotions with Passion Twist specifically is because Passion was Kaylin's mom's name. I'm very close with my mom. I look at her as my best friend. She's my confidant. She's the person I looked up to more than anything. We're 1 week removed from Mother's Day. She's been in my life forever and a constant in my life, and I appreciate her more than anything. Passion is Kaylin's mom's name. It ain't somebody else's name. She didn't name him Clamor Twist. She named them after her mother. Janet Collection put the dollar signs in it, and that's what they did, and they created the Passion Twist. But I think my emotions was surrounding it because I put myself in the mindset of I named something after my mom, and I share it with you guys just whimsically. There's one kind I wanted to share it, and then some other company comes in and steals my thunder. Oh, I'm gonna be pissed, and I can understand her pissedness about it. Let me use my sister's name for example. My sister's name is Kayla Curls. I create the Kayla Curls, and then all of a sudden I'm installing it, and then a brand out there puts out the Kayla Curls, and I'm like, okay, it's some fault of my own. I shouldn't have gone gung-ho and shared it out with the world. I should have definitely patented my ideas, but I am going to be a little bit of saltiness that somebody stole my ideas. She has to see her mother's name plastered in stores. She has to see her mother's name, Passion, her mother's name in stores, on people's tongues. So everybody talking about the Janet Collection Passion. No, it's Kaylin's Passion Twist. Kaylin's mom is Passion. A lot of people were like, Passion Twist been around forever. She didn't create it. She calls herself the creator, but she didn't create the Passion Twist. We've been calling them kinky curls, we've been calling them spring twists, we've been calling them something else throughout the years. So she didn't create it. Well, stop calling it passion twist then. Just go ask your stylist for kinky twisting, or ask her for that. She didn't create the concept of it, but her installation is unique to her. She preps the hair before she installs it in a way that is unique to her. She somehow, I don't know specifically what she does because I've never been to her, of course, to do my hair, but I'm sure if I went to her, I could see how she prepped her hair before installing it. That does add a little bit more frayed look to it. She does a little bit of something different to add a sense of boho, a frigidness to it, if that makes sense. So she does a little bit something different. So what you're even buying in stores isn't fully her creation. It's an idea of her creation, but it's not the passion twist that Kaylin, named after her mother again, created. So again, if you're in stores and you're saying, I hate the passion twist, I hate what Janet, that's Janet Collection's twist on it. Say you go to Kaylin, you're going to get a whole different style. Another thing I got a lot of feedback on was, well, what about hairstylists who do passion twists? Where do we stop it at? Where does the line get drawn at? And I was like, I learned about this from a hairstylist. I think the thing about hairstylists and the passion twist and how they walk hand in hand is that I think a lot of hairstylists know who created it. They know the story behind it. They know, and they're trying to emulate what Kaylin has done with the passion twist. A lot of them have been upset about this, just like anybody else, because they're like, okay, this is our community. This is something that we started in our community. I think that's where the line is drawn. It's a little fun kiki within our community that all the stylists were giving Kaylin her props, but also trying to emulate what she's been doing with the passion twist. Now somebody else has come into our community and it's like, okay, well, what are you doing here? This is us, this is our thing, and then you've stepped in. I think about it in the same sense that I think about beignets. Beignets, you guys know, is a New Orleans delicacy. You know, it's not only in New Orleans. I think other places try to emulate it, and I had some in Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina, there's a place that sells beignets too. I had them there. They were nasty. They were disgusting. I didn't like them, but I didn't overall say, well, all beignets are nasty. I'm saying, hey, I'm tasting something that is in Charlotte that has originated in New Orleans. It's probably amazing in New Orleans. I have to get down to New Orleans to try beignets down there so I can have the authentic thing. This restaurant Charlotte is trying to mirror some Cajun cuisine, and it's not really popping. I see what you're trying to do. You're doing it, but are you doing it well? No, you're not. They were the nastiest thing, but I wasn't turned off of beignets. I've heard a lot of people complain that they did not like the Janet Collection passion twist. They're like, they come apart too easily. I have some people in my last video comments. Read the comment section so you can get a sense of how the hair overall holds up, because I got a lot of comments from people who did not like them, and I got a few comments from people who did actually enjoy them. And my thing to people who say they overall did not like the Janet Collection passion twist, don't write off passion twist altogether. This is a corporation's idea, or they're trying to mirror something that Kaylin, again, named after her mother, and she does pretty well, very well, I might add. She does passion twist in her own sense. This is a company trying to mirror what she does. Unless they have Kaylin in the factory making the passion twist herself, then they are not real passion twist. They are Janet Collection's take on it. So again, don't write off passion twist if you have had the Janet Collection passion twist and you didn't have a good experience with it. So to answer all you guys' questions, what about hairstylists who doing it? I have no problem with hairstylists who do the passion twist. Unless you get them done from Kaylin themselves, I don't think they are the true Kaylin inspiration passion twist, but I think a lot of stylists out there are trying to give her credit, give her props, and trying to emulate her style, which again is named after her mother, Passion. Now Hair BB, my full issue with them, they knew they were wrong too. They contacted me, a crochet hair heavy channel, 6 times. You guys know I showed the emails in my last video. 6 times they emailed me. Not a response. I didn't say a hello. I didn't say I wasn't interested. I just left them on red. 6 times they contacted me. Precious Marie, who, not again the creator of the ball cap method. People were like, oh, she didn't create it, we've been doing that for years, but she popularized it. She definitely added a name to it. Precious Marie, whose channel is fully about human hair. She reviews human hair. She does all things human hair. Me, who has 1 human hair review on this channel, 250 something videos, but 1 human hair review. They reached out to me 6 times. How many times did they reach out to Precious Marie? No times to try this ball cap method. Wait, why is that? Why wouldn't they contact her? Hair BB has worked with her multiple times. They've worked with her several times, sponsored videos with her, but why not for the ball cap method would they? But they reached out to me several times because they knew they did was wrong. My issue is that Janet Collection, they put them dollar signs in it. They knew what they did was wrong. Hair BB didn't contact Precious Marie at all. Contacted the crochet hair synthetic hair wearer 6 times, but didn't contact her. I mean, the least they could have did if they didn't feel like they did anything wrong was contact Precious Marie and say, hey, try our ball cap method. I know you have a video on your channel where you show this with over 1 million views on your channel where you show this, but try it. Then she could have cussed them out. At least she would have had that communication, but they didn't even try her because they knew, again, what they did was wrong. So my major issue is, yes, these creators should have patented their ideas. They should have definitely put some trademarks on it. And again, this is a sign out to you guys. If you guys out there, not just on YouTube, if you're a book writer and you share excerpts of your book on Facebook, if you share pictures, your photography work on Instagram, if you're in any line of business and you feel like something can be yanked from you, you gotta patent it. You gotta put some kind of legal stance behind your ideas. There are a lot of good black attorneys out there. If you want to support black business and get a black attorney on your side, do that. I know attorneys can be expensive, but we got a lot of good ones. Especially, I'm going to shout out Miss USA, who just won Miss USA. She was a black attorney, still is a black attorney in Charlotte, uptown Charlotte. I looked up to her so much. I knew about her before she was Miss North Carolina, before she was Miss USA, just because there's not too many black attorneys in Charlotte. And so me working at a law firm, I just would seek out all the ones in Charlotte. So again, there are attorneys out there that we can work with, who work with us, who will work within our community to come up with ideas so we can patent our ideas. If anything, these 3 instances can be a learning experience for all of us out here. Now, the last thing I want to bring up is what kind of creator I am and what kind of content creator I am. I got a lot of people who added me from that video, and I thank you guys so much for joining the fam because of that video. But I want you guys to know who I am as a creator, because I got a lot of comments as well that were like, what if Model, Free Tress, Outre, Main Concept, any of these other brands do the same thing? Now, 3 years ago, I didn't have this channel. 3 years ago, I hadn't tried a crochet hair. 3 years ago, I was like you guys out here watching YouTube and just loving YouTube as a space. When I joined YouTube in July of 2016, it was because I had tried a crochet hair and I wanted to come on here and express how much I was loving it. I was like, why the streets not talking about crochet hair? It's everything. Apparently the streets were. I was just the one who was late to the game on crochet hair, but that's why I started YouTube. And I know it's cliche to say it, but I'm not like most YouTubers out here. Main Concept, Free Tress, Outre, Model, any of these brands do the same thing. They steal, they take an idea, they act shady in their shady business practices. They do things that are not illegal, because again, what these companies did not do was illegal. But if they do something that just doesn't sit right with me, I will not try them. Point blank, period. Again, I did not have crochet hair 3 years ago, and I will be okay without crochet hair in if I have to exnate all of them, or maybe, just maybe, I can create my own. Maybe I don't have to rely on places like Free Tress, Model, and Janet Collection to do things. Maybe I can create my own. Is that not an idea? Have the relationship. All you have to do is have a relationship with a factory, a vendor. Maybe I have to travel overseas, but I could figure out something to create my own. I'm not dependent on these brands, and I think that's where a lot of the feedback came from my last video. A lot of feedback that I'm burning bridges, that I'm not gonna have a good relationship because I shared some emails with Janet Collection, I shared some Hair VV emails, and I spoke negatively of Bobby Boss. You're burning bridges. I don't care about them bridges. I'm gonna cut that tether right now. I don't care about those bridges. Bridges with you guys. My YouTube fam, my subscribers is my family. I'm not a typical YouTuber out here. The typical YouTuber, and I'm sorry if I'm pulling back the rail of YouTube, but companies contact creators all the time. I get at least 12, 13 emails every day from brands wanting me to try things. You don't see them. I don't do that much sponsored content. You guys, out of what, 200 something videos that I have on here, maybe 6, 7 of them are sponsored videos. What companies want you to do is to install a hair. That's what companies want us to do on YouTube as creators. They do not want us to wear hair for an infinite amount of time. They do not want to see us in their hair for 4 to 5 weeks. They want us to install it for 4 to 5 hours and then take the hair out immediately, because maybe their hair isn't that sturdy. Maybe their hair won't hold up, and they don't want the audience to know that. So if you notice, there's a lot of install videos on YouTube. A lot of, I'm putting the hair on, I'm showing you how it looks. I might come back 1 to 2 days later and show you how it looks and how it's giving me, but I'm not wearing that hair in any longer than that, because again, that's taking out money. I could have a crochet hair video of every single day if I install, took it out, install, took it out, install, took it out. And that's what brands want. They want to install, show it how it looks on a person, how it looks on a human, and then take it out. But no, that's not what my channel is about. If you notice, I come on here, I'm wearing hair for 4, 5, 6 weeks, meaning I can't film anything else but the crochet hair review, meaning 4, 5, or 6 weeks of of content that I can't film. That's why I do a lot of these talky, sit down, chit chat videos, because I have to feel in the space. Because once I post this video on this hair, that's 6 weeks of work put into one video. Companies don't want that. They want you to turn over a video over and over. AliExpress sending out them bundles. They want you to make the wig, put the wig on, and then they want you to either sell the wig or whatever you're going to do with the hair afterwards. But they don't want you to come back and wear the wig over and over again, because maybe some flaws will be exposed, or maybe the hair will be amazing. That's why I have this channel, to either show, okay, I put this hair in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. How is it going to look? Is it going to look amazing? Is it going to fall apart at week 1? That's what this channel is about. So thank you guys who've all joined me, but you're not going to get the typical YouTube format. I think especially with this James Charles and Tati situation that's happening recently as I'm filming this, as I'm posting this, it might be a few weeks old, but a lot of people are saying, okay, people start one way on YouTube and then they get the money, they get the fame, they grow and grow and grow, and then they change completely. So the people who fell in love with them, they're not in love with them anymore because the business has changed them. I'm trying to remain the same. I posted on IG the other day, if you guys ever see me do anything that's outside of character, that's outside of what I've been doing for the last 3 years on YouTube, please tell me, because I want to stay in my same lane. I don't have sponsored content a lot of the times on my channel because brands do not want to work with somebody who is going to do their videos in the format that I do it, point blank period. If I had tried those Janet Collection passion twists like I said in that video, they weren't going to get a video from me until about July, because I'm going to wear the hair out. I'm going to wear as a normal person is. I am a normal person who happens to have a camera. I started this channel from just vlogging my experiences with crochet hair, like, hey y'all, first week thoughts, first day thoughts, and then you guys really attach to it. Now I get comments across the gamut. I get a lot of comments that we love the format of your videos, we love the way you do things, and we love how you take the time and evaluate it. But then I have the few people out there who comment and say, girl, you talk too much, you doing too much, I don't want to see all that talk, I just want you to show the hair and move on. And I totally get that comment as well. I commented back to that person, I was like, I understand I'm not your cup of tea. There's so many creators out here who do put the hair on and go and then move on to the next hair. You might be more suited for them, but me, I don't. That's not what my channel is about, and I'm okay if you don't subscribe and you don't follow me, because I have 50,000 people out there who have decided that my format works for them. If you guys know other brands that's doing shady stuff, let me know, because again, I don't mind cutting anybody off. My bridge again is with you guys. Again, I have a hair in right now, I spent my own coin in. The last hair, spent my own coin in. The hair before that, spent my own coin on. I spent my own coin, whereas a lot of brands could send me stuff. A lot of people say, why brands ain't sending you stuff? They can, but brands don't want to, because they know they're not going to control my mouth. They know I'm not going to install and go. They know I'm not going to just sit here and be a puppet, a model for their hair. Brands don't have to spend money on marketing. Outre, when's the last time you saw an Outre commercial, Janet Collection commercial? When have you seen them on television? When have you seen their advertisements in print? Oh, no, no, no. Their advertisements is us. We're their advertisements. Them sending us free hair is their marketing budget for the year. They're like, okay, we're going to send them about 5 packs of hair. That should cost us about $30. All right, marketing is done. Let the money roll in. Let us sell out of this Janet Collection passion twist, which they did. They sold out. The hair is explosive. Sold out without a single billboard. Their marketing budget was all of us. The marketing team was us as creators. And again, if I had responded back to Janet Collection in time, got the hair, reviewed it, I would have been their marketing team too. I would have gave them the real deal though. I'd have definitely wore that hair out and said, okay, so these are the flaws, these are the ups and downs, it's heavy. I would have definitely given you a well-rounded picture of somebody wearing the hair for several weeks, as I typically do with most of my videos. So again, I hope this video was just a good companion to the Janet Collection video that I made, so that people aren't just left with that idea of me, who get the backstory of my channel, who get kind of who I am, what goes on behind the scenes about YouTube, what goes on and what's expected of us. I'm always going to be the one who fights for our people. I'm always going to be that one. I feel like I'm an activist at heart. I'm always going to speak up on these things, and I'm never going to be quiet on these things. Of course, my channel could 100% suffer from it, but I'll just go back again to how life was 3 years ago when I did not have this channel. I have a full-time job. I've made it clear that I've always put my full-time job before this. I love my full-time job, and I love the fact that I have the ability now to climb the corporate ladder. I switched jobs a year ago, and I put a lot of focus on that. YouTube is still fun for me. I still consider it a fun hobby that I do put a lot of time into. But again, if this all falls short, if all brands boycott me, if something falls apart here on YouTube, I do have a pretty good fallback plan in terms of my career. So again, hope that was helpful. Hope you guys having a good good understanding of who I am as a channel. Again, keep the conversation going down below in the comments. Whether you feel the opposite of me, the same way as me, I want the conversation to go. I respond to all comments, negative and positive. I definitely want there to be a good conversation down below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. If you enjoyed, give it a big thumbs up. Even if you didn't, I know there'll be some dislikes, just like there were some dislikes on the other video. That's to be expected. But again, if anything did touch you, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. It's not always like this, but sometimes it does get to be like this. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Lavon89, and I will see you in my next video, hopefully. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.